honestly, I hate waking up early. It's like one of those things where if you do it inconsistently, it's like an absolute drag to get out of bed, especially if you had a wonderful dream, if you're in if you've been having a very comfortable sleep, and then the alarm goes off, and then you gotta wake up, and you gotta start the day. And, it's fine when you're used to it, but if you're not used to it, it absolutely sucks to wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., while the sun hasn't even risen yet. And you gotta do what you gotta do. But I woke up today, because I was on vacation for a while. I woke up at 6 today. And part of me was like, no, just go back to bed. You don't start working for another 3 hours. Just sleep a little bit more. But I told myself that. I saw the sunlight coming through my window. And I was telling myself, you know what? I need to... some part of me was like being curious. Like, some part of me was telling me, is like, yo, you need to go outside and experience that sunlight for yourself. And I always sleep with like the curtains like half closed, so I can get a little bit of light when I come in. So it kind of gives me an indication that I need to get up. And today was great because at 6 a.m. the sun was fully risen, and I was like, you know what? I need to get outside. I need to experience this. And the moment I got up, I splashed cold water on my face, and then I went outside and I went for a walk. And I felt tired as shit going down the stairs of my apartment outside. But then the moment I started walking, about a couple of minutes later, that's when I started gaining awareness. That's when I started feeling the cool air. I could feel the sun coming down my face. I could hear the sounds of the frogs and the birds. And that felt really, really good. Like, I felt like my energy was coming back. And I realized that the mornings are like super important to take advantage of. Because now I'm headed to work. But now I feel energetic because I had a great breakfast. I took the time to make a breakfast. I wasn't in a rush. I feel less stressed because I wasn't rushing everything I was doing, and I got some vitamin D from the sun, and I got some exercise, and I feel like $1,000 right now. And I feel like a lot of us are missing out on that opportunity to feel really good and feel energetic and have a strong-willed mind, because a lot of us just sleep in. A lot of us don't take advantage of our mornings. And a lot of us give up. A lot of us may have been consistent with waking up early, but then maybe we went on vacation. Maybe something happened in our lives that has caused us to get off track, to not wake up early anymore. And then we go back to the same routine. We go back to the same bad habits that we used to have. And, it all goes hand in hand, but I urge you to get back into that morning routine. It's like one of the most important things you could do for yourself. And no one's perfect. A lot of people on YouTube and stuff, or even in real life, they say they do all these things, right? They say they wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, they journal, they clean their apartment, they go for a run, they go to the gym, and they do this 7 days a week. I guarantee you that that's not 365 days a year. I guarantee you that people have their downtime. Nobody is a superhuman. But what matters is you get back up on your feet and you keep doing it. You keep going back, you keep moving forward, you keep going back and continuing what you're supposed to be doing. Have that grit, have that willpower. And a lot of us, we don't have strong grit. We don't have that willpower to continue, even when we get off track a little bit. A lot of us just tend to like stop, or like because we get too comfortable, or we tell ourselves that there's no point because now you gotta start from zero. A lot of us tell ourselves like that. We're like, yo, you know what? You know, I was really consistent for a month of no FAP, and now I'm just gonna FAP one off. And then that's it. I'm gonna FAP every day now. That, you're just giving up on yourself at that point. And you need to remind yourself that, you know what? If I was consistent for 1 month, then I can do it for 2 months. If I was consistent for waking up early and going for runs every single day, but maybe this week I effed up, maybe I can do it again. You gotta keep moving forward, man. You gotta have grit. You can't give up on yourself. Because the moment you give up on yourself, you give up on others too. You give up on the people that you care about. Because people are gonna see you suffering, and then they're gonna be hurt too. So do you want the people around you to be hurt as well? No, you don't, especially if they're your loved ones. People want to see you strong. People do not want to see you weak. People want to see you happy. People want to see you disciplined, man. It goes hand in hand. So, you got to tell yourself every day that I can do it. That I am capable of being a discipline. I'm capable of getting back up on my 2 feet. That I'm not going to stay down for too long. Because you can do it, man. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, you can do that as well. If I can live abroad in another country, you can do that as well. There's so many things out there that you can do, and you got to stay consistent with your goals and your habits and stuff. You got to have a good routine, which is very important as well. But the whole point of this video is to tell you that, you know, you're gonna mess up sometimes, man. You're gonna fail. You're gonna be down on your feet. You're gonna have times when you're inconsistent with your goals. Like, nobody is friggin' perfect, man. Nobody is perfect. And that's okay, man. That's absolutely fine. Don't be so hard on yourself. But what matters is that you go back, you continue. You go back into what you were supposed to be doing. You don't give up. Everybody on this planet has goals, has dreams, has ambitions. And there's no easy route to get there. You have to put yourself through pain sometimes. You have to put yourself through uncomfortable situations. And sometimes you gotta put yourself through that shit every single day. It's uncomfortable waking up early. It's uncomfortable to go to the gym right after work when you're feeling mentally and physically exhausted. But you're doing this as a long-term investment for yourself. You gotta invest in yourself. These things will generate amazing returns when in years from now. And we also gotta assess, like, what habits are we doing now that are actually taking us away from our potential. Are we smoking cigarettes every day? Are we drinking every weekend? Are we going clubbing and partying and spending money every weekend? Are we doing all of this shit? And then we look at our bank account and we see how much money has been spent. And then we feel bad about ourselves. We're like, oh shit, man, like I really fucked up, you know, like this is messed up. But then I feel like a lot of us, we just give up. Whenever we are at a loss, we stay in that zone, and we feel like, oh, you know what, like this, F it, man, it's too difficult to get back to how I was before. That's not true, man. It's not that difficult to get back to how you were before. You just gotta put in some effort. Put in more effort. If you if you quit cigarettes for a week or a month, and then you get back into it, you know, for whatever reason, maybe you were hanging out with some buddies that were smoking cigarettes and then it triggered you to smoke a cigarette with them. Bro, don't be so hard on yourself, man. Don't judge yourself so much. Don't be so hard on yourself, man. You can still quit again. Life is about, you know, winning and losing. Life is about, you know, you gain some, you lose some, you win, you lose. Like, that's just part of life. That's just part of life, man. I've been in so many situations in my life where I've tried to quit something, quit an addiction, whether it's biting my fingernails, you know, whether it's watching dirty movies, and then I abstain from it for like a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, and, you know, sometimes for even a month, and then I get back into it again. I get back into the bad habit again. And then at some points I tell myself that, you know what, like, F it. There's no point of doing this again because this is who I am. That's absolutely false. Like, that's bullshit. You can still quit. You can still quit again. You know? Fall down 3 times, get back up the 4th time. Like, it's not, you just gotta have balls, man. You just gotta continue. You gotta have courage, and you gotta have grit. As I said earlier in this video, you have to have grit and willpower and determination to keep going forward. It's like, yo, it's like we're all soldiers, despite the fact that we're not in the army. All of us are soldiers. Soldiers go to war. Soldiers lose a lot. Soldiers go through a lot of shit. Even during training, soldiers go through a heck of a lot of crazy training, psychological training, physical training. That's just kind of how, like, our life is for the average person as well. We go through a lot of shit in our lives. But guess what? We still got to do the job. We still got to keep living. We still got to survive. You know, we still got to keep moving forward. We still got to keep progressing. You know, life doesn't wait on us. Life still goes without us, with or without us. So it's up to us to keep to not give up on ourselves, and to keep on trying, man. Keep trying no matter what. So I'm gonna end this video with this, is that it does not matter how many times you fucked up in your life, man. It doesn't matter how many times you failed. It doesn't matter how many times you keep messing up. What matters is that you keep trying to fix yourself, and you keep trying to move forward, and you accept the fact, accept your flaws, accept the failures, but just keep trying to get better, man. And don't be too hard on yourself, as I said.